Hello, welcome to the next revlog. I'm laying on the floor, kind of. So, I have reached just under, I think, 2,000 words with my essay. I'm at 1,987, I think, which means I have 1,013 remaining that I can use going forward. But in order to do that, I have readings to do, such as this. Let me just read a quick excerpt. They sadly travelled thus until they came nigh to a castle builded strong and high. Then cried the dwarf, Lo, yonder is the same, in which my lord, my liege, doth luckless lie, thrall to that giant's hateful tyranny. Therefore, dearest sir, or dear sir, your mighty powers assay. The noble knight alighted by and by from lofty steed and bade the lady stay, to see what end of fight should him befall that day. That is this bit here. Just from this bit to this bit. That's all. And I need to read that, along with bits of this. Let's just have a small excerpt from here. When she removed her helmet, we all stared at her cropped hair, which previously had fallen about her neck, and the new surcoat she was wearing also caught our attention, and she told us all that had befallen her, from start to finish, just as I've told you, how after she was wounded in the wood she cut off her fair tresses in order to be healed, and how the beautiful huntress came upon her as she was by the spring, and how she took to her deceptive appearance and segregated her from her party. She did not pass in silence over Theodespina's grief, and we were all filled with pity at it. She described how she lodged with her, and all she did until her return to our castle. Which is, not as bad, but it's laid out in the book, slightly less easy to read. And then we've got this bad boy that I know I've shown off before, but reading an excerpt, just at random, we have: Now came his master to himself again, inflamed with greater anger than before, to see his horse so pitifully slain, but Rhodomont forbears him nevermore, or ne'er more, because there's an apostrophe instead of a V. But spurs on him, and thinks with fury main to bear him down, but he so strongly bore the push and thrust with all Frontino back, he made his master glad to leave his back. Yeah, so what I need to do is read bits of one and find places where they are related in the other two, and then I can talk about that. However, I need to find an example of it and then talk about it for a while, and then another example of it and talk about it for a while, and I need to find one example where it's incredibly similar to it, and then I need to get poetic terms and talk about that, and that'll be that for the coursework. However, I'm just doing, for the most part, more reading today, because I need to do some stretches and flexibility exercises and stuff for my grading tonight, for which I am very nervous, but also extremely excited. I need to trim my nose hairs, make sure I can breathe proper, and in general, make sure that I am in tip-top condition as best I can, hence why I had peppers for lunch, and some tuna, and I will be drinking just water. I've had a cup of tea. I may have a cup of green tea as well, but if I do, it will be at some point in the next few hours, because then it'll be getting a bit too late. I also want to have a nap at about 3, so I have 2 3/4 hours in order to continue doing things before then nap, then go eat food at my grandparents', then go to Tesco with my mum, then get dropped off here again to do some light warm-up stuff for until shortly before 8, when I will drive down to Kung Fu to do Kung Fu, pass my grading with any luck. So in 9 hours, 9.25 hours, we'll see whether I've passed. Yeah, but I went for a run yesterday. It went alright. I've slowed down a bit, but not by much. It's my endurance that really dropped off. And it's not really surprising. I haven't been doing much cycling or running or walking of late because I've been driving so much, because I've been so busy, that I've needed to save as much time as possible on travel and as much energy as possible on travel. But it's fine. I will go forth back into running and stuff, probably starting on Saturday, due to the fact that tomorrow I need to be doing exam prep for the exam that I have on Friday. And then, obviously Friday's the exam, and I don't want to be getting up too early for that. I want to be fresh, rested. Relative amount of exercise I will still be doing during this time period. However, I don't want to... hey, geez, that was bright. Yeah, I don't want to overdo it, and tomorrow I'm going to be knackered because I will have done my grading tonight, and I will be recovering with any luck. But I'll just... no, I didn't mean to drop that, that's fine. Yeah, so that would leave Saturday, because I need to be doing coursework and stuff still at that point, because Saturday, well, I want to get my coursework done completely and handed in by Sunday, even though it's not due until Tuesday, because I'm going to be busy and drained on Monday, and I don't want to have to finish it on the day it's due and make sure it gets in, because that way, if the internet should fail me, then I won't get it sent in, which obviously would suck, and that's not really what I'm after. But whether I succeed at that or not depends on how much I get done Friday after my exam, because the exam's in the morning, and then I'm going to be tired, because I'm going to be getting up quite early to go through bits and bobs and make sure I'm not late and whatnot. I've got to dress relatively smart, but comfortably, that's what they said. And yeah, I need to clean this. It's got sticker smudge. That's from when I got it, but it's not come off at all. That's fine. Yeah, I need to... Come on. Yeah, as I'm nearly at 2,000 words today, that will leave me 1,000 words to do, roughly, on Thursday. Not Thursday, Friday, after my exam. However, I'm going to have a break, so I'll have Friday afternoon to do about 1,000 words, because that way I can give it, and Saturday morning after the run, I will have a little bit of time on Saturday morning, and then I need to give it to my relatives to do their final proofread, and then they can get back to me and say, yeah, you need to change this particular part because, you know, this word has too many Q's in it. Oh, that's the door. One moment. So that was my granddad. He wanted some tape from, like, the garage, but couldn't find any. But I have tape. This kind of tape that I've done on there. So I gave him what I have left for that. Sorry, I'm pretty sure you got some of me hopping over the back of the sofa there, which was entirely unintentional. I don't really remember what I was talking about. But I suppose that's fine. I feel like I can't be bothered to do the readings at the moment. So what I'm planning on doing is going through like a dry run, kung fu stuff. Just go through everything on my syllabus in air. Shouldn't take too long. And then, having done that, I'm going to sort of make sure I've got everything prepared for tonight by ensuring that my uniform is in the airing cupboard and that my the tripod and stuff is packed away with the Kung Fu stuff. Make sure all the Kung Fu stuff's in there, like my belt. My instructor will take a syllabus today because he takes his syllabus in for the grading, even though that is the only time he actually brings a syllabus. And yeah, I'll make sure I've got my pads and stuff in case I have to do sparring, which I may or may not have to do. And other than that, I will then do some washing up, as I've got plenty to do, and then have a wash, so I can clean out my nose, but also, because if there's any dirt on me, that's going to slow me down just a little bit. So yeah, I'll have a shower, and that way my hair will dry in time for Kung Fu, and by the time I've done all of that, it'll probably be nap time. So I've got a little bit of reading done. I have a vague, like, I've marked out a few places where I might be able to pull out in some comparisons, and yeah. So effectively, wish me luck for my grading. Chances are I will probably do a bonus revlog when I get back, just to say, I did it, or, oh, that's not good, guys, or something along those lines. But I might be too knackered. We'll see. I might just forget. There's many options. But anyway, I will catch you cats on the flip-flop. Goodbye.